Okay, got it.
Okay, so now we are going to study about Kw. What does Kw stands for? Kw means ion product of water. Ion product of water. And we will study about Ka. This stands for ionic or acid dissociation, right? So acid dissociation constant. Acid dissociation constant. And this is Kb. Kb stands for basic or base dissociation constant, whatever. Dissociation constant. And we will study about the relationship between Kw, Ka and Kb, right? Okay, now we will just consider CH3COOH, right? CH3COOH. Now this CH3COOH can dissociate as CH3 CW minus and H plus, right? But if you take hydrogen or water also, then we can get it easily. Right, now let's say in aqueous solution, right? So we have water also plus H2O. Now this will become CH3COO minus plus H3O plus. Why we are putting H3O plus? This is protonated water, right? So since we add water, one water will be protonated, right? Because H plus H2O will become H3O plus. H3O plus. How? Because let's say in the H2O we have two pairs of two pairs of unpaired electron. So one pair will make a bond with this H plus and will become H3O plus, right? For example, this is how it will happen. So here we have H2O, right? And we have H plus, so this will make a bond, so it will become H3O plus, something like this. Okay, so this is H3O plus. This is H3O plus. Okay, so I'm just telling you, right? It is not actually required here. Yeah. So now what we do is we dissolve acetic acid in water, and this is how it will dissociate. This is how it will dissociate. Now, according to equilibrium law, we can write the equation for Kc. Can you just try to write down the equilibrium constant for this reaction? How can you write it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so now we can write this as you written here. So CH3COO minus H3O plus divided by CH3COOH concentration and H2O concentration. Now we have to take some assumptions, right? The first assumption is when temperature is constant, right? So when temperature is constant, the H2O concentration is also constant, right? So now I can just multiply this constant by this Kc, right? Because this Kc itself is a constant. Now H2O is another constant. Now if I multiply them, so it will become Kc into H2O concentration is equal to CH3COO minus concentration H3O plus concentration divided by CH3COOH, right? So the multiplication of Kc and the concentration of water will become Ka, right? So this is what we defined, right? So this multiplication is, now you see, this is a constant, right? This is a constant. This is also a constant, right? So the multiplication of two constant will be again a constant, right? That is also a constant, and that constant is nothing but Ka. That constant is nothing but Ka. So Ka will be equal to CH3COO minus H3O plus divided by CH3COOH, right? Now what it means is, if we have been given an acid, we have to put the dissociated ions in the numerator, and in the denominator we have to put the concentration of acid without water. Have you understood that? This is how we have to write down the expression for Ka, right? So in the numerator we put the dissociated ions in their concentrations, and in the numerator we have to put the concentration of acid. Okay, right. Now how the questions will appear is, now the concentration of CH3COOH, the acid will be given, and if you know the Ka value, they might ask you how much of this acid will dissociate. So now when we write the equation, we can tell the concentration of CH3COOH and H3O plus are same, right? So if I take this as X, this is also X, right? So I will be given this Ka value, right? So I have been given this Ka value, this value also. Now I have to find X, right? So X squared is equal to what? the CH3COOH concentration, that will be given into Ka, right? So if I simplify this and take the square root, I will get the X value, that is the concentration, how much of acids have been dissociated to ions, right? So this is, when we do questions we can easily understand, right? So in the previous class we did some questions for Kc and Kp. Did we do any question for Ksp?
I don't think so. Actually, no, I think we did.
Yeah, we have done enough questions for Kc and Kp, yeah, but we haven't done any question for Ksp. Okay, so along with Ksp, we will perform some questions after finishing these all theoretical parts, right? Okay. Now, see here, this Ka is also dependent on temperature, right? This Ka is also dependent on temperature, right? So when we change the temperature, Ka value also will be different. Will differ. When we change the temperature, Ka value also will differ. Okay, right. So now we will move to. Can you just erase this?
Oops.
Right. Now we will. We have. Okay. Now can you just write this equation down? Put the heading Ka, right? Before that Ka, and write this down. You don't need to actually write these things down. These are not necessary.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so under that you can just write a note. Ka depends on temperature, because sometimes they might ask statement like questions, right? So they might be useful when we are trying some questions like that.
It's dependent on temperature.
Okay, right. Have you written?
Almost.